Coach Jake here, guys. An introduction of myself. I'm primarily a SUP surf and surf coach based out of Tofino, British Columbia. The last few years I've been really fortunate to travel around and coach the sport that I love. I've been able to work with many people on many levels and advance their surf skills and their water knowledge. I'm bringing you this channel with the primary intention is to reach more people. I want to pass along the knowledge I've accumulated over the years. There'll be an assortment of videos. There'll be shorter to the point. There'll be some longer in depth. So yeah, stick with me and hopefully I can help you out. There we go. So today is just the tip type of day. I have 3 tips for you. I've chosen these tips because they're very common. We talk about these very often. And so this is why I've chose these 3 for you today. They're all going to revolve around positioning of some way, some type. The first one is our foot position, our paddling stance. Paddling stance. When we introduce people to the flat water, or when you're a new paddler, you're going to be standing more often in a parallel stance, right? Nice and stable. This feels good from the side. This feels good. Once we hit the surf, we hit more bumpy water. We need to adjust. We need to create more stability through our body, right? So what we're going to do, very simple. Bring your back foot. Regular foot surfer, my back foot is my right. I'm stepping back slightly. My back toes are reaching my front heel. That's it. You don't need to go any further. Just a slight step. Something to remember, the further we step, the wider our stance is, the more of the board we're going to activate. And that might not be what we want while we're paddling. Just think about that. But this is a nice stable stance. I can now add front to back pressure just by shifting the weight of my hip over my foot. This can create and help the trim of the board while paddling. Again, this stance is going to be beneficial for a good, efficient stroke. We're going to get there. That's a nice stance. That's a nice footprint on the board. Okay. All right, guys. The second tip I have for you is about our paddling position or our paddle position. Very simple. It's our reach. All right, the reach of our stroke. There are multiple phases to an efficient forward stroke, but here we're simplifying, and I just want to focus on the reach. Again, this is something I introduce to a lot of paddlers because more often than not, what we see is a vertical entry, a far exit past the paddler. What I mean by that is the paddle is coming out of the water quite far, you're throwing water. It's very common. What we want to do is reach, forward angle, okay? You're gonna move forward with both, but there's one that's gonna be a bit more efficient than the other, all right? So let's break it down a bit more. That front on positive angle. With a positive angle, you're gonna have equally positive benefits, okay? So a positive angle mixed with downward force, we are gonna lift ourselves up and out of the water. Something that I use often, I heard a long time ago from a better paddler than myself, it was nose to the toes. Nose of the board to the toes of the feet. That's pretty much the travel distance we're looking for. The stroke can come out past the feet, but the power wants to be cut off at the toes. So mixing that with your good paddling stance. Rotation, reaching, pulling to the toes. Okay? This may feel like a shorter stroke. It could feel a bit more awkward. That's okay. An added benefit of this stroke, it's gonna put you in a more front-on position. When we're paddling, this front-on position is gonna our center of mass will be over the board, flattening the board, creating speed, glide, trim, all that beautiful stuff. So again, reach. Simplify it, reach, 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 okay? And the third tip for you guys, I start this one with a question for you. When you paddle for a wave, are you catching more than you are missing, or the other way around? Obviously, there may be reasons why we miss a wave, but it may be worth bringing some attention to our position in the lineup. Moving around or in towards the beach could get you into a better position to watch the waves take shape, to let the waves show you what they're going to do, and to be able to create a better angle of entry to the wave. With seeing them shape up more, you'll be able to understand what is actually happening. Is it a left, right? Is it a closeout? Is there someone in a better position? Am I in a good position? What this adjustment requires from you is better board management skills, a solid pivot turn, a good efficient forward stroke, we just talked about that, and perhaps some comfort paddling on both sides of the board. It may seem challenging and intimidating to start, but there is so much to gain. There's so much to gain and more waves to catch with a better position in the lineup. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today. I'll be back with more. We're in a really cool time, very accessible information, lots of really cool and amazing coaches out there, lots of information, so I appreciate you taking the time, listening to me, sticking with me through this video. I hope I can help you out further down the road, and if there's something that you want to work on, comment that. If you have a comment, if you have a question, critique, I'm down for that too. Just fire them at me. Yeah, and stick with me. Hopefully I can help you out down the road. Hopefully we can surf together. If not, I'll be here. You'll be there. See you later.